Hello and welcome to another video in the lecture series entitled Advanced Biomaterials. So in today's video we'll be mainly summarizing all the concepts which we have learned in the past recordings. We'll be also looking at what are the different aspects of the future in biomedical engineering where it concerns with advanced type of biomaterials. So in the previous sections we have talked about what are biomaterials, their classes, we have talked about polymers, we have talked about metals, we have talked about ceramics. We have also talked about composites, how composites can be incorporated into different biomaterials for improving their overall physical and mechanical properties. Also, some of these with these composites, different types of additional properties such as improvement in their thermal responsiveness, their electrical conductivity, their more stability, and improving their biodegradability based characteristics can be achieved through making composites with different types of other materials. We have then talked about nanoscience and nanotechnology. We have discussed how fabricating materials in the nanoscale can lead to drastic improvements in the overall properties of an individual material. We have talked about carbon nanoparticles, their methods of synthesis and their characterization techniques. We have seen that how carbon in its nanoscale can lead to enhancement in the different properties of a given material if we are trying to make composites with carbon nanomaterials. So material composites with different types of materials, other materials can lead to an enhancement or an improvement in the overall characteristics which we are trying to look for in a given biomaterial. So these composites can actually find applications in different fields of engineering and in therapeutic sector and also in the biomedical domain. So we have also looked at the different characterization techniques of these carbon nanoparticles, through how we can actually determine if these particles are getting synthesized and how efficient is the process which we are employing for the synthesis of these types of particles. And we have also seen about polymers. We have seen about polymers, their preparation, their characterization techniques, how polymers can be used to fabricate different templates or different scaffolds for biomedical and tissue engineering applications. We have seen about PNI-PAM, polyanisopropyl acrylamide, and how it can be used as a smart polymer for fabricating different types of biosensor devices as well. We have seen about ceramics and its role in different types of medical purposes. So we have also seen how these different classes of biomaterials can be mixed or can be incorporated in a given proportion to achieve a new type of composite material with enhanced properties. So we have also looked at some of the important characterization techniques as well, such as UV visible spectroscopy, DLS analysis, and many others. We have looked at different fabrication techniques for scaffolds as well. So these scaffolds can be used in different applications such as regeneration templates for skin tissue engineering, and also these scaffolds can be used as tissue repair and replacement templates. So now coming to the future of these biomaterials in the biomedical engineering. Many such materials can be fabricated which can mimic the properties of a specific tissue in which these materials can be incorporated. So we have taken an example of a 3D printed biodegradable stent, a drug-eluting biodegradable stent which can be fabricated using a biodegradable polymer and can be loaded with different drugs which can actually prevent atherosclerosis, or which can be used after this in this stenting procedure. So we have looked at different types of constructs, which can be fabricated using different types of materials or composite materials. So making composites with materials in a bulk and incorporating them with nanomaterials can lead to enhancement of their properties. So if we are trying to make a conducting polymer, we can incorporate some conducting moieties or conducting entities in their chemical structure to make a new type of composite material which can give rise to our desired properties. So if we take, there are several examples in which these composites are exploited for their different applications in tissue engineering. So one of these application can be a a mechanical generator or a bioelectric mechanical generator type of thing, which can be a scaffold which will be made up of composed of fibers of polymers which are electrically conductive. So making a scaffold which can be electrically conductive can give rise to latent applications in different areas, because every cell or every cell will have a specific movement inside a scaffold, and if these scaffolds can be tuned in such a way that these fibers can actually respond to the mechanical stresses which are generated by the cells during their migration or movement inside the pores of the scaffold, then it can generate, if the scaffold is a piezoelectric type of nano generator or a biogenerator, then with the small contractile forces of the cells which are exhibited or which are exerted in the scaffold fibers, these scaffold fibers upon deflection or upon bending will generate an equivalent electrical current, and this electrical current can stimulate the functioning of a normal healthy tissue, or it can stimulate the repair and regeneration of a targeted tissue type. So such are the examples of different types of biomaterials and advancements in the different fields of medical technology. So in performing any type of a medical procedure such as dialysis, then bypass surgeries, all the materials which are used directly in association with living tissues, those are considered as biomaterials. And in order to better mimic the in vivo tissue scale or cellular characteristics of a given material, so such types of biomaterials can be used or can be fabricated with very specific roles which can be imparted through making composites with them. So this is the field of biomedical engineering and tissue engineering, and the role of biomaterials and how they can be advanced by fabricating them with different types of composites or different types of materials. So these materials, lot of research is being performed in this domain, and several in the years to come, this field promises to involve several students or several researchers in this group to fabricate newer and newer types of materials which can be used for very specific applications. So this will be all for today's video, and hope you enjoyed this series. Thank you.